Hello, VillaBraves here, and welcome to week 3 of my Italian Serie A tournament mode here on FIFA 17. So the fixtures for week 3, slightly less attractive, shall we say. So we're going to take a look at Bologna and Cagliari in the first game. Then we'll take a look at Lazio actually as they travel to Chievo, Verona. And the last game, I think, will be, we'll take a first look at Genoa as they host Fiorentina. So those will be the 3 featured games in this week's episode. And as always, let's get straight into the action. So there's the starting formation and the starting team for Bologna as they host Cagliari. And here comes the action.
He's going to strike it very nearly a goal. It's hit the bar and it's back in play. Tider, and they've cut it out. Taxidis. And he's threaded the pass through neatly. Deseda, and it's into the back of the net, and they're in front now. Well, one team is very happy here, and one team is very frustrated. And yet, you wouldn't have expected that kind of gap between these two. They deservedly lead.
Well, they've knocked the ball about well, Martin, and knocked it about with confidence.
Well, that should be a penalty. It is! Penalty given, but no extra punishment for the culprit.
Yeah, I think that's fair enough. I mean, it was a foul, but he's not denied an obvious goal-scoring opportunity there.
He scored from the spot. She is a free-kick specialist, and that was, I thought for a moment, going to be one of his special efforts, but not quite.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't the easiest of areas to score from, so it wasn't a bad effort.
Daniele Desena. To put them in front at full extension, the goalkeeper makes the save.
Yeah, once or twice really have tested the keeper. On other occasions, been a little bit loose.
Trying to switch on the attacking power in this situation. Well, the referee has blown for half-time at 1-1. Got on the ball in midfield, well read by the player in that part of the pitch. This with a chance to go into the lead now. That's not like him, he's a good one-touch finisher. He might be through. Here's an opportunity. Letting the shot go. Terrific stop. It's tough for the defenders, they keep conceding these corners. And he's up for the header. Oh, great work by the keeper. Well, the ref's going to let play go on here. It's an advantage. Being moved around nicely here with this passing game. To put them in front. And they've scored now. And the significance is that they're in front. Came close, the goalkeeper. Actually did get a touch on it. But I think it was a pretty good effort to do that much. Well beaten, really.
Yeah, I don't think you can blame the keeper, Martin. He's looking at his defenders. Why was the lad given so much space?
They think that there is some jiggery-pokery going on here.
Well, it's predictable, I suppose, but maybe even the home fans are a little bit unhappy. They want to see their team go for...
And here's the shot. Well, there's the goal. And we are all square once more. What a game this is turning out to be. And both sides really on form and really contributing to the entertainment. Goalkeeper was reaching for it, and it did actually touch him on the way in.
I think there was just too much power on the ball, on the shot, for him to get a strong enough touch.
Simone Verdi. Tremendous understanding from these players. And here's the cross. Oh, he's kept it out. He's got his shot off now. Great stop. Now they've got a chance in this part of the pitch. Crosses in. Destro! Oh, well saved. Into the attacking third. Well, the final whistle has gone, the game is over, and the scoreline is 2-2.
2-2 draw then to kick off this episode between Bologna and Cagliari, and draw probably a fair result on reflection. Moving on to this week's second game then, as we take our first look at Chievo, Verona and Lazio. And here comes the action.
Hetemai. Castro. And he could get away here. In with a chance. Oh, and shoots! Terrific stop. Hetemai. Oh, good through ball. And the cross is in. Well, crossing is a skill, and that's not a very good example. Got to be. And they put away the first goal of the game. Well, the unpredictability of football, because no one would have called this really, and the team has risen to the occasion, and they've got a goal to show for their considerable efforts.
Yeah, and it was a good goal as well, and it came at the end of a good passage of play, so they'll get a real lift from that.
Radu looking to play his teammate through. Lost his marker cleverly. Going for goal! Oh, that's what we've come to see. That's a brilliant goal.
Oh, that was schoolboy stuff. Having just scored, they concede at the other end. Lack of concentration.
This is high-class taking of a goal chance.
He's got so much subtlety to his game. Always produces when the pressure's on.
And it's a shot now! Very good stop here. And in comes the header. And that's a terrific goal to put them in front. Trying to switch on the attacking power in this situation. The shot's on! What a fine save! And a corner given by the referee. Gamberini! Oh, so close with that header.
Oh, he's good at that, isn't he? He really does connect well with those neck muscles.
That will go down as a wasted chance.
Well, I think it's one of those. He's just lost concentration. He's probably thought he's going to score before he's made connection.
Well, the referee is blown for half-time here with 2-1 the score. Well, he has been a rock at the back for them with that sort of tackling. He's had a go here. Oh, that's a good save. He got a touch to that. Well, that's all they can do at the moment, concede the corners. Well, here we can see the corner count so far. Gamberini! Senad Lulic. Good position, they've worked this. This is how they love to play on the break. Marco Parolo! And a chance he hasn't been able to take.
Well, it's one of the best opportunities of the match, that. And he knows he should have done better.
Could be dangerous. It could be. Well, he scored. And it's a big moment for them in the match. They've pushed their lead now to 2 ahead. They've played well to this point, but sometimes a 2-goal lead can be a dangerous one. We'll see. 2 for him on the day, and 2 very well taken goals. And here is another angle on that goal. Oh, chance! And it's in for the goal.
It's so hard to counter, Martin, that 1-2 touch stuff. The understanding between this team, well, the opposition couldn't get near.
Attacking now. Here's a chance. He's kept it out. Strong challenge. That's the end of the game. The referee has called a halt, and it has finished here 4-1.
So the match facts display exactly how one-sided that game was, apart from the scoreline. From a playing point of view, it was very frustrating. It was one of those games where the insane dribbling from the CPU was just unstoppable. I'm not the best FIFA player, but I'm not a dummy, and it was just one of those games where that Keita Boldo, every time he got the ball, there was just no way I was stopping him. And the frustrating part is, in future episodes where I play as Lazio, I know for a fact that I will not be able to replicate him doing that when I'm using him. But that said, you know, plenty of goals for the neutral, so I'm going to stop my moaning now, and we'll get on to the final game of the episode. As we take a look at the starting formation and lineup for Genoa as they host Fiorentina, and here comes the action.
Genoa, last time out, they were away from home. They drew against Crotone.
Yeah, talk about a bore draw, that 0-0. And I don't think it's going to get too much better, in fact.
A real chance here. He scored! Fantastic start. Really quick off the blocks here. And they've given themselves a terrific boost for what lies ahead.
Well, he's hit it hard and he's hit it first time, but perhaps the keeper could have got more on that.
Nikola Kalinic. Could be an opportunity for Fiorentina. Not rushing it here. Moving from one side to the other. And now the shot! It comes out off the goalkeeper. Well, they're in a good position here. It could be a chance. One goal. They lead by 2 now. Took the chance nicely, and that really has given them much more of a basis for the rest of this match. And a fine goal for Fiorentina.
The keeper's pulled off a really good save, but that's when he needs the help of his defenders.
Well, that's half-time, and 2-0 is the score at the halfway mark. Palladino. Now it goes into the wider areas where they've got a winger waiting. Well, there's still time if they can get this goal. Well, they're defending the corner now. They're lining up for it. There's the ball in, and he goes for goal with his head. What a fine save. Great chance, and that's a goal now for Fiorentina. The touch of a maestro to just let that ball trundle on into the net.
Yeah, he's having a little chuckle to himself, and if you're talking about that, I'm sure to his teammates, he'll be proud of that one.
Here's a chance to attack. Miguel Veloso. And there is some backup for him in this position. Oh, chance! They scored! Well, the goal scored because he kept the shot down. And it went into the back of the net at ground level. Got to admire the way he placed the ball into the bottom corner of the net.
But the goalkeeper was in a decent position, but He was helpless to stop that one going in.
Moving forward now, Fiorentina. There goes the cross. Ilicic! Scores! And a fine goal for Fiorentina.
Well, it's come in from a long way out, and from that angle it's not always easy to finish.
Defenders caught out by it in the end.
Well, it was the anticipation as well, wasn't it? Just to get in front of his man.
Borja Valero. And he's got the ball away from him with the tackle. So here we are with the final whistle going, and a pretty comprehensive margin on the scoreline. 4-1, it's finished. Well, that's...
So, another disappointing game from myself. That game was pretty even. I just defended very poorly, and Fiorentina took their chances. Not a lot I can say about that, except I'll have to try harder next time with the defending. But yeah, disappointing on my behalf. But you know, Fiorentina, they're a good side. And I mean, we both had. I mean, the shots, as you can see, shots are equal, but possession's pretty much equal. They scored, I didn't. So we'll take a final check of the week's scores. As we see, Bologna 2-2 draw with Cagliari, which we saw. Roma and Sampdoria drew 0-0. Atalanta, Torino 1-1. We saw Lazio demolish Chievo 4-1. Empoli 2-0 winners against Crotone. We saw Fiorentina's devastating win over Genoa. Juventus easy winners against Sassuolo 3-0. Palermo loses at home to Napoli. That's Napoli's first win of the season. Pescara and Inter 1-1, and also 1-1 between Milan and Udinese. So as promised, the end of week 3, we'll take our first look at the league table. First look at the league table then, and Juventus sitting there pretty at the top, 3 wins from 3. Followed by Bologna, Cagliari and Sampdoria, all on 7 points. Lazio and Fiorentina and Sassuolo on 6 points in 5, 6 and 7th. Milan and Inter 8th and 9th. And at the bottom, from the bottom up, we have Palermo, who have yet to get a point. Crotone and Genoa, Chievo, Verona and Atalanta are all on 1 point. And then it's Torino, Roma, Napoli, who got their first win of the season in that 3rd game. Off to, I guess, a disappointing start for them. But still a long way to go. And our first look at the top goal scorers. And as you can see, we have 6 players there, all tied on 3. Bacca, I know, of Milan, he got injured in the 2nd game of the season. I think he's out for a few weeks, so that's a big loss for Milan. We'll take a quick look at the assists. We have 3 players tied on 2 at the top of the assists charts. So that will conclude this episode. That's the end of week 3. Disappointing gameplay on my behalf, but hopefully it still remained entertaining for those of you watching. And if you did enjoy this video, please drop me a like, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. And I'll be back again with week 4 in the not too distant future, and hopefully me personally, I'll be able to put in a few better performances. But until then, this is VillaBraves, and thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon.